Hey everybody, and welcome to Man in the House. First I want to say thank you to all those that have been watching my videos, who've subscribed to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so now, and make sure you click that notification button so you can get notified when the next video comes out. But thank you to all those that have commented on the first video where I did a little bit of cooking and we talked about why women cheat. In this video, I'm in the kitchen again, guys, and we're going to do some more cooking. In fact, we're going to chop it up literally with some pork chops and some homemade mac and cheese that my late grandmother used to make. And I'm going to share that recipe with you all today. So, without further ado, I'm going to lower the camera, show you what we're working with on the table here, and we're going to get started. Alright, here we go, y'all. So here's what we got going on. We got some pork chops. I already pre-marinated in a rub that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. I done already chopped up or sliced up some butter for my macaroni and cheese. Got my 4 different types of cheeses all sliced up here. So we got some Sharp Cheddar. We got some Colby Jack. We got some Velveeta. And then we got some Mozzarella Cheese here ready to go, y'all. So I made this rub. I was looking up on the internet for a different kind of rub than I normally use, because normally I just season it, but unless I'm putting it on the grill. So I found this rub that I'm trying out today, and we're gonna see how it comes out, y'all. But basically the ingredients are right here. We got some garlic. We got some black pepper. Got a little bit of this here paprika. Some cayenne pepper, chili powder, and onion powder that we're going to work with here. And I'm going to put how I mixed it up, because I already did it. Like I said, I marinated these overnight in this rub. So I'll put the ingredients and the recipe for how to make the rub in the description box. But I'm ready to get it in. So this is what we're going to do. Before we get to talking about the subject of the day, we're going to go ahead and throw these into our new wave oven, because that's how we're going to do it today. And we're going to let them go. So here's what I'm going to do. I want these to be a little bit crunchy, right? So I'm going to get a little bit of olive oil spray. I'm going to spray these down, and I'm going to dip them in these breadcrumbs right here. The other thing is, I've already prepped our mac and cheese noodles. Had those over there. Those are all boiled up and draining in the sink right now. What we have in here in this bowl are some breadcrumbs that we're going to bread up these pork chops with. And then lastly, the only other thing I forgot to mention is we got some Carnation evaporated milk that we're going to be using in our homemade mac and cheese. Alright, so let me grab this olive oil over here, and then I'm going to get these all oiled up, put them in there, get them on this new wave oven, and we're going to get to chatting. Alright, so like I said, I'm just going to spray these down pretty light and flip them over just so that I can, just so I got something that the breadcrumbs to stick to. Now, there's a bunch of different ways to do this. You know, a lot of people like to put mustard on it or egg wash or whatever to get their breadcrumbs to stick. But because I'm doing it in the new wave oven, I'm just going to do it like this, see what happens. Because normally, if you're going to fry it in some grease, you throw it in some egg wash or something like that, and then you're good to go. Alright, put that like that. We're going to dip a few of these. Now, because of the size of my new wave oven, I actually do have the extra large, but I'm going to do 1 layer instead of 2, just to see how they come out. I'm just going to stack these up here. Y'all can't see that rub, but it's on there pretty thick. Let's see how these come out. Alright, so topic of the day is, what do you look for in a spouse? What do you look for when you're looking for somebody to marry? What characteristics are like must-haves? You know, non-negotiables when you're looking for that one that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Now, I got some ideas. I'm going to talk a little bit about what I look for in a woman. Fellas, feel free to chime in, add, take away, whatever you think whatever you look for in a woman as well. Just want to give some thoughts out there so the women on the channel get a chance to kind of hear from the man's perspective what we look for, and vice versa. Same thing when it comes to the woman. I'm going to also tell you what I think you guys should look for in a man. Alright? So I'm going to throw the top on this. I'm going to set this to 5 minutes, and we're going to flip it, and we're going to do it again on the other side, and those should be good to go. Alright, so I got those on over there. They sitting just right next to me, cooking for the next 5 minutes before we flip them. And meanwhile, we're going to get it in on this mac and cheese while we chop it up a little bit. So what do I look for in a woman? Alright, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and layer this up with one layer of mac and cheese. Then we're going to put some cheese, some butter, layer it again with some mac and cheese or some elbow noodles. Do the same thing. Throw some evaporated milk in there, and we're going to throw it in the oven. Now I got the oven already preheated to 350 degrees, just waiting on me to get done. So I'm going to get to doing that. We're going to talk a little bit more. So what I look for in a woman is, first off, she has got to be, I'm going to have to stand up for this, y'all, a little bit. She's got to be someone who shares the same spiritual relationship I have with God. That's like first and foremost, y'all. We got to be on the same page spiritually. Y'all know what I'm saying? I gotta be able to. So she and I have to be on the same page spiritually, meaning that she gotta have a relationship with God on her own, right? When I'm talking to God, she should be talking to God too. And the reason why I think that's so important is because if she has the same fear of God that I have, and we abide by the same word, then I know that she's going to treat me the way the word says that she should treat me, right? And that just makes things so much easier. When you fear God and you know that you're supposed to be doing right and you do wrong, it's almost like I ain't got to tell her. I ain't got to tell her that what she doing ain't right, because the word gonna get after her. You know what I mean? It just makes the relationship to me go easier. Now, the other thing I would say is, let me put a little butter on these, is she has got to be someone who talks to God. And the reason why I say is you can't have no relationship with nobody if you don't communicate. If you're not talking, I don't care who you say you have relationship with, whether it's family or friends. If y'all don't talk, y'all ain't got no relationship. So when I say she got to have a relationship with God, I mean just that. She got to be talking to God, just like I'm talking to God. So I'm just going to keep spreading this out, y'all. I should have chopped up these butter pieces a little smaller, but we're going to do this. We're going to start layering this cheese out, and then we're going to put another layer of mac and cheese on the top and get it going. I'm just going to put some different kind of cheeses on here and just roll this up. I'm mixing and going everywhere with this cheese, y'all. But that's alright, this gonna be good. So the second thing that I look for in a woman if I'm looking for somebody to marry. Now I done found mine, y'all. I'm not saying it as if I'm still looking. I done found mine. Y'all hear my new wave up and beeping, so I'm gonna run the rest of this out here, and then I'm gonna flip those over real quick. Alright, got those going. So here's the second thing I look for in a woman. Second thing is a tough nurturer. What I mean by that? Well, I want a woman who is going to be, she gonna be very nurturing like my mama was, right? But also she gonna be tough. So she's gonna be that kind of woman that knows how to take care of a man in a nurturing way, but also she ain't gonna put up with a man any old kind of way. You're not gonna talk to her any old kind of way. You know, she has a certain level of standard where that's just not gonna happen. So I'm just putting this second layer of noodles on this, y'all. And she is one of those ones that's gonna speak her mind, right? She not gonna let you just get away with saying or doing anything. You going crazy, you doing crazy stuff, she gonna tell you about yourself. You know, that's the kind of person I want. I'm not too much into the ones that, you know, kind of hang back and whatever you tell them to do, they good with. No, I want somebody that's gonna call me out if I'm wrong, right? Be loving, be respectful, but call me out. I'd rather have that, because that's what helps us grow together, right? And so the third thing is, she's a conscious communicator. Y'all see me looking at my notes. I told you I don't talk good and cook at the same time. So anyway, she's a conscious communicator. In other words, when you out and about, you in public, she don't act crazy. She don't talk crazy. She don't be snapping at folks, you know. If you got a woman that, or if you're looking for a woman that's gonna be your wife, you want her to have the ability to hold her own in a conversation. You want her to be responsible with the words that she speaks to people, you know, and not just flying off the mouth, and when you get upset that, you know, you snapping on folks. That's not how I want it to be. That's not the one I'm looking for. I want somebody that's going to be able to, you know, kind of be respectful, hold her own. I ain't saying get ran over in public. I'm just saying that when you do have that communication, it's respectful, it's professional, right? You ain't snapping off on everybody. So that's number 3. And number 4, you gotta have that woman that can cook. I'm just gonna put it out there. Number 4, the woman can cook. She's creative in the kitchen. I put it like that. Put this sharp cheddar on here. She's creative in the kitchen. And the reason why I want that definitely is because I'm gonna need somebody that can cook. I like to eat. I need somebody that can cook. That's the one thing. That's one of the things I love about my wife. She can cook. You know, she can burn in the kitchen. And men like that. They say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Shoot, there's some truth to that. You got to be able to cook. But I think the other part of that is, you know, I want a woman that, if we ain't got nothing else in the house, she can make a meal. She can find something and put it together. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Them kind where they find some food, put a meal together, make a meal from scratch. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm looking for. And then the last thing is, I want that ride or die, y'all. Good times and bad times, I want the one that's gonna be there. They ain't looking for nothing from you. They just looking to support you, to encourage you, to keep you moving right in the right direction. That one that's gonna, you know, hold it down when you ain't got the finances, and when you going through, you ain't thinking about why you going through as a man financially. You ain't thinking about, oh, my wife gonna leave me because I ain't got this or I can't do that for her anymore. You know, she gonna be with you. That's the kind of woman you want. Those are my 5 things. Ride or die. She got to be good cook in the kitchen and know how to hold her own and work the household, right? So the only other thing that I didn't mention as a part of that is, she got to be able to manage the house, right? You know, when things need to get done, she need to be able to handle that. Not her own self. Yeah, of course, a man help too, but I'm just saying that just to be able to manage the whole house. If you got a budget you living under, you know, be able to feed the house with that budget. Be able to take care of, you know, the knickknacks around the house, supplies and all that stuff within budget. Be kind of a, you know, I ain't saying cheap, but be smart with the money, because you got goals and you're trying to do other stuff with the money. So that's one of the things I like too, is just have a woman that's on the same page financially with you. Same kind of goals and vision. All right, that's what I look for. Basically what I described was someone like my mama. That's how she was. And that's what men do. They look for women that are like their mama. If they had a good mama that was nurturing, that was, you know, that taught them and raised them right, they look for somebody that's going to be like that. Alright, I got my mac and cheese prepped. I'm gonna have to make another batch over here, but I got my mac and cheese prepped. I'm gonna put this in the oven for about an hour on 350. Oh, you know what? I gotta put this I gotta put my evaporated milk in there. Can't forget that. So I'm gonna get this here, and I'm just gonna pour this all around here, try to get it even throughout. All right, you know what too? Where's my pepper at? I'm gonna drop some pepper on this. I'm just gonna throw a little pepper on the top of this. We're gonna put that in the oven, y'all. Okay, it's been an hour. We've taken our macaroni and cheese out of the oven. It's got a nice little brown on the top. We have our pork chops that we've done up in the new wave oven. We got some breaded ones, those that, you know, I dipped in the breadcrumbs, and I also did some that I didn't dip in the breadcrumbs, just so we can get a little balance of the two of them. We talked about what I think is what you should look for in a woman from a man's perspective, and now I'm gonna talk about, give a little bit of advice for women and what you should look for in a man. Again, I think that, you know, this is basically just about 5 things that I think are important. I'm sure you guys are gonna have some other things you're gonna add, and the list ain't just 5, right? There's other things. I didn't even get into, you know, looks and physical attraction and all that other stuff, but I think that's a little bit further down on the list for me than it may be for somebody else. So that's the reason why I listed them in that order. All right, so we're gonna get to plating, and while I'm plating, I'm gonna tell you the 5 things that I think you should look for in a man, ladies. 5 things. All right. First up, similar to what we talked about when I talked about the woman, you want somebody that is got the same spiritual relationship that you have with God. So you looking for that man that has, you know, don't just talk about his relationship with God, but really has a relationship with God, that talks to God and fears God and his word, lives by the word, because he gonna treat you right. And on top of that, if he's a man that is praying and he gonna keep your family up before the Lord, he gonna keep y'all walking in the right direction, right? So that's number 1. It's always easier when you believe the same things, when you're walking in the same direction and you believe the same word, and that governs how you relate to each other, to have a relationship. So that's number 1. Number 2, for the man, you want a listening leader. That's what I'm gonna call it. You want a strong leader, but you also want him to listen too, right? So he's gotta be someone who's decisive. When it comes down to making a decision, he got to be that one that, you know, he ready to make the decision. He gonna make the call, and he'll be responsible for the call that was made. He'll own it, and, you know, he'll take action. You want that kind of man. He's a leader, right? Kind of naturally a leader, and it don't mean that he gonna always be right about everything. That's where the listening come in, right? Because you can be a strong leader and not know everything. You just got to listen to people that know more than you do, right? So we call that listening to wise counsel. And you surround yourself with some folks that know what they're talking about in one area, maybe you're a little bit deficient, then, you know, you make better decisions. And I think that's true of even the relationship with the woman, with the wife. You know, that man has got to be a strong leader, yes, but he's got to be a strong listener too, right? Because if you're listening to the wife, she got good advice too. It's a balance. That's why I say he's got to be a strong leader. He's got to be decisive, but he also has to be a listener. All right, number 3. Look at that, y'all. Oh my gosh. Look at that mac and cheese. We got the naked pork chop from the new wave oven. We got the breadcrumb breaded pork chop from the new wave oven. Y'all got to take a bite of that. That's good stuff right there. Looks so good. I'm ready to get in. Now we're gonna mukbang this on my wife's show. But it's late, y'all. She sleep right now. So we gonna mukbang this on B Loves Life. I'll let you know when it's coming. She got a few videos ahead of it right now. But this gonna come out. We gonna eat this. It's gonna be good. You gonna see. Alright. But before I let you guys go, number 3, 4, and 5 is he's gotta be a chameleon communicator. What does that mean? He's gotta be a guy that can hold his own in a conversation of any kind. When you out and about, you mingling with other couples or friends or whatever, the conversation turns to sports. He got that. He can talk about baseball, basketball, football, whatever. He ain't got to know everything and all the players, but he can hold his own in that conversation. When it changes to politics, he can hold his own in politics. He can hold his own in religion. He can hold his own in relationships. All of that kind of stuff, he commands the room in. He knows. He studies that stuff. It's not that he spends all his time watching and looking at it. It just means he cares enough to be in the know for his family's sake and for his sake. It's important. Chameleon communicator. He knows how to express his feelings. He's not afraid to express what he's feeling to you or to anybody else in a respectful way, not a combative way. He knows how to talk when he's, when he's going through, when he's not feeling the best or whatever, not feeling, the most successful, so to speak. He knows how to communicate with you. And that's important because a lot of times men shut down, especially when things ain't going right. They shut down, they back away, and you as women don't understand what's going on because we like that sometimes. So you want a guy that can communicate to you like that and express his feelings. Number 4, you want a love translator. This is the guy I talked about in the last video. This is a guy that don't just tell you he love you, but he knows how to translate the love that he speaks in words into active affection, right? Action, affection, love that's been translated from just saying I love you to you feeling that love. You want that kind of guy. He can take the love that he has for you verbally, translate it into feelings that you feel because he's doing something, he's active, he's working, right? And you also want, in that love translation, you also want somebody who's going to study you, right? He's going to study his mate, know her likes, know her dislikes, ins and out, all across the board, know everything about her. Oh, if I go out and, and some of that's just going to come with time, but if I go out, I know what my wife wants. If I can go pick her up something to eat, I ain't got to call her every time to ask. I just know. I know what she wants. I know what she likes. I know what she dislikes. You want a man that's going to study you. You want a man that's going to take serious his relationship with you. All right? That's number 4, love communicator. And number 5, you want a go-getter with heart. Right? Now, I know there's going to be a lot of other things that you can add to this list. But number 5, you want a go-getter with heart. What I mean by that, you want a guy that's going to be ambitious, who has goals, who knows what he wants to do, who is on that path and striving to get them goals done. Whether it's financially, it's career-wise, it's relationship-wise. You want somebody that's goal-setting and goal-oriented, full of ambition and going after it. And because he's going to give you that financial security. You're going to know he on his game. He doing what he needs to do to make sure the family's taken care of financially and that y'all set up not just for today, but for tomorrow too. Right? You want that go-getter. But the reason why I call him a go-getter with heart is because you also want that guy that is courageous, that's brave, that he ain't got to be 6'4" and 300 pounds. He just got to have heart, y'all. He gotta be the one to be able to take care of you. He ain't no wimp. He ain't gonna back down. He ain't running from stuff in the house and stuff like that. You need somebody that's gonna make you feel safe when he's around, right? Make you feel secure, physically secure when he's around. That's the 5th point that I got. So I told you, he gotta have a spiritual relationship with God. Same with her. He's gotta be a good communicator. He's got to be a love translator. and he's got to be a go-getter with heart, and he's got to be a listening leader. So I gave you all 5 of my points. Please chime in, ladies, fellas, chime in what you look for in a woman. I don't think I know all, or I ain't my advice isn't the end all be all. I just know what I look for, and I'm just providing that to you guys today. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends, with your family, with the fellas, with the ladies. Share the video and have you some of this right here. That's mac and cheese and that breaded pork chop. That looks so good. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. See you in the next video. Coming up, behind the scenes B Loves Life on Thursday. We're gonna talk green screens. We're gonna talk Adobe Premiere Pro editing. We're gonna talk about our primary camera stuff. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, stay blessed.